Hi guys, this is VIS VLOGS. I'm Rachel. I'm currently a senior studying VIS.
And I'm Gino, also a senior here at VIS.
I'm Jamie, and I'm new to VIS.
I'm Stanley, and I'm also new to VIS.
So today's topic, experimental education versus traditional education. So like a quick question, who here has been like in a traditional curriculum before?
I've been in traditional school, for a couple of years in elementary school and a couple of years in middle school, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so for the people who's actually been in traditional curriculums, what are some like very obvious differences you perceive like from studying the two types of curriculums?
I think a big factor is like the amount of people. At least I've been to public school. There's like a lot of people as compared to this school.
Yeah, so like VIS, for example, we only have like 100 people, like maybe even including the faculties. But like for public schools, it's normally like a class of more than 40 people. At least I think for like mainlands and other public schools. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the public school I've been in, the one in Australia and the one in Shanghai, they usually have a bigger class size compared to here in VIS.
Yeah, I agree, because I studied in Shanghai before. And for my school was kind of an international school as well. But like we follow a very strict traditional curriculum. And so like the class size is also much bigger.
Yeah, another thing I noticed is that, in an experimental curriculum or in a system like this, the students are usually like more, they feel closer to the teachers, right? We go to teachers to talk to them after class, and basically we treat them as still a teacher, but more like a friend, right?
I agree. Like a main thing that I noticed when I came here is that you call teachers by their not like Mr. or Mrs. It's like Simon, Byron.
Yeah.
It's like a more casual way.
Like you treat them more as a friend, I think. Like, and I also, so it's kind of related to like the student-centered learning in our school. Mm-hmm. It's like they treat us more like friends rather than just teachers and students.
Yeah, so like teacher is no longer a power figure, and I think that's, at least from my experience, I think that's a good thing for like just self-learning and just active learning.
It's more like guidance rather than teaching.
That's interesting that you brought up like teacher as a power figure. I think that has a lot to do with like empowering the students, I guess. Also, like we don't feel oppressed by teachers. Like
it's true.
We're not their servants. Or I don't think that's the right metaphor, but like I definitely feel much more at ease around them.
I also feel more calm, and I can be more flexible with homework and also classwork they give out.
Yeah, and also like all the classwork and stuff that they give out, it's not just like blindly giving you stuff and then and then asking you to do it. It's more like a general a step towards the general goal, right? So let's say we had this homework once about marketing, right? And I think in traditional school, if you want to learn about marketing, you have to make tests and learn about like the hard content in the textbook about marketing. But in the homework that we did, it's more of a preparation for the PBL project, right? So you can really feel that it's a piece of it.
And also the assignments they give out, they kind of like asks you about like how you feel about it, and the teachers let you explain and also express your kind of like your perspectives towards the assignments, and also so that they can change the format in the future so that you can feel more comfortable doing it, and also it's easier for you to understand.
Yeah, I agree. For VIS, for example, we do a lot of reflections, right? We do like reflections almost like every semester, every class, because like I think the teachers want to know more about like what we feel about the curriculum and the current course, and they want to receive the feedbacks and do changes accordingly. And I think that's a thing that's not really seen in traditional school, because like they already follow like a very strict agenda. There's very like less possibility that they will actually change for the students.
Yeah, but I want to raise this question, right? So we talked about strict agenda versus a more flexible agenda. But do you guys think that these two yield a different result, or how are the results different? Like, for example, in terms of your personal growth, or in terms of, I don't know, what you will achieve in life afterwards?
Well, I mean, they consider and also they put participation and citizenship as a priority towards our grades, and also they grade our performance more rather than tests and exams. Since this is like an experimental school, they think it's like a more practical way for us to learn and also improve.
Yeah, I really agree with like the practical part, because like doing exams and like those scores, it's most likely like we remember the contents and we write it down, but we don't like, at least some of the times you don't really internalize the contents, right? But like actually carrying out projects, actually doing these activities, I think like you have like more experience and you learn from it more rather than just like looking at contents basically.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And also, I think through learning these, like, you know, flexible curriculum, we kind of build up our, people call it soft skills, right? So the curriculum itself is flexible, right? So we have to train our time management skills, for example, and for group projects we have to work with people, right? That trains our ability to communicate, to delegate work, and all that. So all those little components comes from the fact that this curriculum is, like, you know, so flexible.
I feel like, yeah, I've definitely seen group projects in public schools, but like it is very noticeable here. Like our focus is, it's on us to learn, and like obviously teachers guide us, but like it's up to us if we want to do the stuff or not, and therefore learn or not.
Yeah, if we don't, they'll provide us with like an alternative option, right? So you can start your own independent project and all that.
Yeah.
These are all options.
And
Yeah, I think like things like collaboration and like participation, they're like very useful even after you graduate, right? Like these are very practical skills that you will need in the future.
And they also kind of like, it's like mostly our choice depending on whether we want our future as a more freelance kind of lifestyle, and also it kind of like works better with our future life, like in college or even in our jobs or so.
Just a quick question: is this the first time that you guys study in a experimental school?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh, okay. Because I want to say that this experimental school is a lot different from the one that I experienced last time. Like the last experimental school that I went to is KSS, Quayshan. I would say they somewhat tried to make things experimental, right? But again, at the end of the day, the things just feel a bit too leaning towards academic again and again. So like not that much practical skills learned, and not that much real world application. So that's a part that I'm pretty disappointed about the last school. But this school, they focus a lot about real world application and how you're gonna develop skills that will benefit you in your later on life.
So what's our conclusion? What do we like experimental school or not so far?
It's really good. I give it like a 10.
I like it as well.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
I would say it's not for everyone, right? Because some people do prefer the kind of curriculum where they give you like just, you know, clear things on what you should do. That's totally fine as
Because
well.
everyone like different thoughts on schools and like whether what kind of like style they like.
Yeah, some people just likes to be given directions, and
Yeah.
that's there's nothing wrong about that. But you know, just consider who yourself is, and then what you want to do before you make this decision.
Yeah, I think like some people, they still like prefer very concrete materials, like the things that they read and they feel like they're actually learning just by like knowing the contents. Yeah, but I think for other people, their preference could be just they want to actually carry out things. They want to do things in like class, not just learning from textbooks and stuff.
But you do feel like experimental education is something that you want to try out. That's something for you. You know, you're welcome to come to VIS and join us.
Okay, thank you for listening to our podcast, and we hope to see you next time.
See ya.
Thank you.